Alright guys, storm's well underway. It's really messy out. We got around 20 millimeters of rain and then we got some snow after that, so it's all slushy, gooey and messy all over the roads. It's so wet, the snow is so heavy and wet that the blower's not even throwing it and it keeps clogging. So I've resorted to dropping the blower and pulling all the snow out of the driveway and then pushing it up into a bank because the snow is just so heavy. So it's going to take a little longer to get through and clean everything up because of that. This kind of snow is just so hard to work with because the blower really can't do anything. So you have to resort to really just pushing all the snow almost like a plow truck. So that's what we got going on. We'll try to zip through this as quick as possible. Right now it's 4:30 in the morning.
Alright, so it was at this point here, you can see me poking around the blower. At this point I realized I was in for some trouble. The tractor, for whatever reason, wasn't able to handle this kind of snow. We got so much rain and so much snow mixed together, it was basically slush everywhere. And that heavy snow, the blower couldn't successfully throw it all the way through the chute. It would sort of just stack up and clog. And you can see I tried to fire it up again. I would do one pass, I would restart, and the blower would clog. So I couldn't waste any more time doing that. I couldn't get out of the tractor every 30 seconds and unclog it just to make one pass and repeat that process. So what I decided to do instead was enter the driveway, drop the blower, pull all the snow, back drag all the snow out with the blower to the road, and then push it aside. And you can see that in the video coming up. Basically, I had to do that for every single driveway. The only driveways I didn't do that for were really long ones. For the long driveways, I just had to tough it out. I had to get in and out of the tractor, unclog the blower, and work my way through it slowly because I would have just pulled out too much snow and I wouldn't have been able to move it. It was really wet. It was slippery. All in all, though, it worked out well. You can see I scraped right down to the pave. It actually cleaned the driveways fairly well. Although it's not designed to be used that way, it worked out. I was basically using the tractor like a plow truck. You know, I was going in the driveways, pulling out all the snow, pushing it aside. I did that for pretty much every single driveway, start to finish through the whole route, and everyone was happy, everyone got cleaned out in time, and it worked out in the end. So you can see here in this next driveway, I make it all the way to the end with the blower working. I had to go nice and slow. I had to feed a lot of power to the blower just to make sure that it wouldn't clog. I get all the way to the end. I come all the way out of the driveway. I drop the blower to make a second pass, and it clogged on me. And I did this every single time. I had to go through most of the driveways that were this long 5-6 times, getting out of the tractor, poking around, because they were just too long to be back dragging. But if you looked at the two driveways side by side, one that had been back dragged and one that had actually worked with a snowblower, there was really no difference. It was just the driveways that were this long, they'd just be too much to back drag out. The accumulation of the snow would have been too much and I wouldn't have been able to successfully clean out the driveway the way I like to. Alright, so what you're seeing here is sort of my last stop of the storm. I usually save this for last. It's just one stretch of this building that I have to do. And luckily, the blower worked. I don't know what it was. As soon as I showed up, I dropped the blower, I kicked on the PTO, and it just started throwing the snow. It wasn't throwing it very far. The snow was still fairly heavy, but I think it lost a lot of that water and slush that it had at night. It's daytime. Maybe the sun dried it up a bit. The snow was moving at least. So I got to do this without getting out of the tractor and poking around. So I got to stay nice and warm inside the cab of the tractor and finish up this job start to finish. So overall, the storm was a good storm. Once we figured out the kinks, we got through everyone's driveway, we cleaned them all up, everyone was happy, and you can't complain when that happens. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for the next ones to come. There's a lot more storms coming our way. Take care.
Oh, what a day. We started at, I think it was like 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. And it's 10:30 now, so almost 8 hours, but another not too bad of a storm.